Nederland tegen Nederland aan de hockey. Allereerst gaan we deze jongeman de kant op halen. Voormalig World Master bij de jeugd. Op dit moment de nummer 67 van de wereldranglijst. Uit Leidschendam, de Black Cobra, Jeffrey de Zwaan. En dan, dames en heren, is het zover. Hij is terug bij de Dutch Darts Masters. De verdedigend drievoudig kampioen hier. 24 majors op zijn naam. Tweevoudig en huidig wereldkampioen. De nummer 1 van de wereld. Mighty Mike. Michael van Gerwen.
He is back, the Dutch Darts Master, not only figuratively but literally, the man who has won the Dutch Darts Masters title for the last 3 years, and the Dutchman who has mastered this game of darts, the world #1 Michael van Gerwen, the holder of almost every single major title in the game. Not the UK Open, he didn't make it there, and not the World Match Play. Because the last time we saw him was when he was dumped out at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool by the soon-to-be 16-time match play champion Phil the Power Taylor, who received vociferous support that you felt played a part in the outcome of that match. But with 5,000 fans here tonight, all right, he's taken on another Dutchman, but I think they'll be cheering for the man in the green. Michael van Gerwen back in action in PDC darts after taking a month off, becoming a new dad. And he takes on Jeffrey de Zwaan.
First leg is Michael to throw first. Game on!
Dan Dawson and Paul Nicholson in commentary for this one. We will see if MVG is champing at the bit after, what, his longest layoff that I can remember
134
in darts for the last few years.
I think it's the longest layoff he's had since he became world champion.
45.
Maybe even before that. So I said at the beginning of this week that I think he'll be dangerous because
99.
sometimes he knows when he needs a rest, and he knows that he needed it after Blackpool. He was a genius, really, from a publicist's standpoint.
100.
Phil Taylor had his words about him. Michael stayed quiet. We will soon find out what he feels about that
58.
situation, but right now we want to know, how good are your darts, Michael?
Well, I will say this for Michael van Gerwen, not only is he the best dart player in the world right now,
140.
I believe him to be a fitting and very classy figurehead for the sport. Not really. He says all the right things, says all the right things in the media. Don't hear him. He's confident. Some would say arrogant, but then again, if you're breaking records
45.
left, right and centre, I think a certain
65.
degree of arrogance is merited. That's too good. Double four.
61.
Nope. You knew that before we saw the dart. However, he's going to come back with Zwaan on 171. The Black Cobra, never beaten Michael van Gerwen, only met him the once. It was actually
85.
the European Championship a
4.
couple of years back, lost in the first round.
Game shot in the first leg, Michael Van Gerwen.
And it's been a month,
Second leg is
but he's not
Jeffrey
changed
to
his
throw
celebration.
first.
You still get
Game
the Michael Van Gerwen bark on hitting the winning double. 1-0 to MVG.
84.
Yeah, Daphne, his wife, is here. I'm sure little Zoe is not. She's a bit young
100.
to be in such a rambunctious atmosphere, but I'm sure that she'll be here to support Daddy in the future at some point. He's got a long career ahead of him, Michael Van
85.
Gerwen. It does make me wonder how long he wants to play. You know, if you're as much
60.
of a bank machine as he is when it comes to the cash side of darts, how long does he have to play? How long does he want to play?
Well, he's already talked about his
46.
exit strategy. He wants to play 10 years, make an absolute wedge of money, and then sail off into the sunset. Now, winning and the adulation of the world
140.
and being the best at what you do, it is a bit of a drug. It is addictive. If Michael Van Gerwen is still on top of the world of darts in
125.
a decade's time, could he really walk away?
I think he could, you know. I think he's the kind of person that values the things outside of the game as
Jeffrey
much
require 161.
as the things within it. And that's why he took the month off, to be by his wife's side. But right now, he said to me this morning, it's time to get back to work. Single 20. Double 16. Nothing wrong with his game at all.
Michael Van Gerwen.
He's getting
Third
better
leg is
as the
Michael
game
to
goes
throw
on. And
first.
the passion is
Game
there.
on.
He wants to lay down his own little marker for going forward, because he has a World Grand Prix to go to in a few weeks' time. But
125.
between now and then, he's got titles to win.
Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen. I mean, it is terrifying to think that MVG, the standard of darts he's produced over the last few years, as Jeffrey Zwaan fires in a 180 just to let his countrymen know he's not going to have things all his own way.
134.
Terrifying to think that he may come back hungrier, wanting even more after this breakaway, certainly with a point to prove after that defeat at the match play.
Well, if he went to Australia
140.
and New Zealand, the likelihood is he would have probably cashed about 50,000 minimum. He probably doesn't like looking at his
140.
bank account, and nothing's been happening for the last few weeks.
No, he's not used to it, certainly. Mind you, I'm sure Michael Van Gerwen has various other
125.
commercial
Michael
interests
Gerwen,
that see
102.
just sit there and his bank account stagnates, I'll bet. No, treble 14, so Zwaan can get a leg on the board, and this
Jeffrey
would be for a
require
break of throw.
56.
Fantastic leg. 56 after 9.
Game shot on the third
11
leg.
darts it
Jeffrey
is.
Zwaan.
And those kind of darts
Four leg is
will
Jeffrey to throw
ensure
first.
that you can live with the world
Game
number
on.
one. Bit more of that, Jeffrey. You'll make a game of it. Fair play to you.
No, he took 3 legs off MVG at the European Championship a couple of years ago in Hasselt in Belgium. Of course, this whole
55.
series of events, the European Tour, is the road to Hasselt. You've got to win games here to get ranking money, to get yourself into the 32-man field for the European Championship, which will be
137.
moving back to Germany next year. Going to be getting Dortmund. So, 3-year spell in Belgium coming to an
85.
end. Who's to say we won't see a Euro Tour event there, perhaps 2019? Expanding to
140.
Denmark next year, but Belgium looks like it's going to have to do without for 2018.
Mind you, we're not that far from Belgium here, are we?
No, we're not.
41.
And in the words of some of the Dutch boys, we might as well be in Belgium. That's
Yeah.
what they're saying about Maastricht.
64.
Well, Zwaan fired an 11-darter to find the break, and Michael Van Gerwen is on a finish after 9.
44. Likely
Straight
require
away.
160.
And it's on. And it's on.
Game
And it's in.
shot
A
on the
160
fourth leg.
check out, and Michael
Van Gerwen.
Van Gerwen hits back with a
Third leg is
12-darter.
Michael to throw first. Game on.
In one of the best ways you can do it. What a great finish. And it's almost like it's great to be back, isn't it? When you watch the European
60.
Tour all the time, sometimes you think, yeah, I've seen this match before, but when people take a break and they come back, you just think, yeah, it's good to have you back. It's great to see
96.
darts of that caliber.
Particularly with the best player in the world. I mean, there's a reason that people turn out in their thousands to watch this man.
95.
A reason that people will pay, top dollar for a ticket to see him in action, it's because Michael van Gerwen is more likely than anybody in the world of darts to do something we've never seen before. Did it earlier on this year at the UK Open qualifiers when he threw 2 9-darters in a single game. I know we've seen that before from Phil Taylor, but this was a short format game. Only first to 6.
I mentioned earlier that he hit 270 checkouts in the same game against Rob Cross, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think he nearly hit a third. I think he missed ball for a third narrowly.
And he hit a 9-darter.
Yeah. I mean, look, the man can do anything he wants. And that is 180. Number 1 for MVG. Leaves himself the old double 13. Only the best player in the world. You know what you like.
Mike Leroy, 26.
It's a great double, Dan.
I like double.
You and I both know why.
Sean, the
and that's exactly what happened earlier when we played on the dartboard.
Sig leg is Jeffrey
double 13 hit with the first dart.
Game on.
And MVG, first dart. Does he want to win this? Yes, he does.
Of course he does. Looking for a Dutch Darts Masters title for the 4th consecutive year.
137.
Just put that in context. Winning this title, a Euro Tour title, for a 4th consecutive year in the all-time rankings of Euro Tour titles, Michael van Gerwen is way, way out in front. Peter Wright is next on the list with 5. He has won 5 out of the whole series of events. Michael van Gerwen is looking to win this one for a 4th consecutive time. And the average
100
is round about 106. And you can see how frustrated he is at just a score of 100. Michael van Gerwen is hungry. Michael van Gerwen wants 61. To come back and blow everybody away. He turns up at these. The reason he turns up to all these Euro Tour events is that he sees these 25 grand first prizes as his money by right. He is the best player in the world. And if anybody else goes home with that 25 grand, he feels they have stolen it from him.
He said to me earlier in the season that for pure logistical reasons, he was toying with the idea of just doing Europe and maybe knocking a few on the head when it comes to Players' Championships in the UK. He said that he's so comfortable here, and that's evident.
You require 145.
But you never know. We'll have to stay tuned with that in the future. But 145 for Jeffrey might get another shot.
93.
I emphasise might.
80.
Van Gerwen. 15.
Oh,
misses the 15. He's human, everybody.
Wow, Michael van Gerwen.
67. Jeffrey
Require, 52.
He got 2 out of 3, right? He just missed a single 15 in the wrong order.
Well, tops. Good guide.
12
doesn't use it. And
Mike Leroy, 13.
Well, look, if he was going to get back into this game, you've got to take those chances. Double 4. Double 2.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
5-1. Michael van Gerwen looking to make short work
first
of Jeffrey de Zwaan.
$140.
Well, it's looking like Michael van Gerwen's going to win this match. I hate to tempt fate. I don't like doing that. But if Michael van Gerwen does a winner's interview after this match,
60.
I'm gutted that it's going to be in Dutch, because I won't understand what they're talking about.
Well, I mean, I can give you a brief synopsis.
119.
You can't afford any mistakes. Very happy to win, but, you know, we want to play well, but I'm not a robot.
That's the most important thing.
That's
60.
the most important thing. I'm sure there'll be a few more nuggets of information we'll try and decipher.
What doesn't come across, though, I think, with some of Michael's interviews, because he is a consummate professional, is his sense of humour.
Yeah, he is like a big child playing around the practice room. He doesn't stop, does he? He's got energy about him.
Put him in the right scenario with the right person, you've got comedy genius. Put him in the right room with Andy Jenkins, and I'd pay for that comedy.
140.
Well, Jeffrey de Zwaan just has not been able to live with Michael van Gerwen here this evening. Might be a nice way to sign off, though, firing in his second 180. 46. But 46 will do the job.
14.
Not quite yet.
Jeffrey require 101.
Well, by virtue of that 180, he's got a chance to take this leg. Come on, Jeffrey, we want this match to continue. Keep the people in the crowd happy. 82 left. At least 57.
61.
So Van Gerwen's got 3
Michael
clean.
Gerwen, 32.
Not his best leg of the match, but this is what could take him through to the next round to play Kyle Anderson.
Well, there were flashes of brilliance in this game from Michael Van Gerwen.
shot.
The average was up at
Match.
106,
Michael
107
Van
for a
Gerwen.
while. In the end, it's just around about that 100 mark. This is nowhere near Michael Van Gerwen on top form, 99.6. But I tell you what, there's enough there to suggest that MVG means business this weekend as he goes in search of a 4th consecutive Dutch Darts Masters title. He will take on Kyle Anderson, a man who has averaged 109 and almost 101 so far this weekend. And that is a mouth-watering encounter in the last 16 here in Maastricht. We've got another one coming up for you though, an all-Scottish affair, as the Phoenix Jim Walker takes on Snakebite, the world number 3, Peter Wright.
Michael, een maandje rust gehad. Heb je een beetje geslapen de afgelopen maand?
Ik moet eerlijk zijn, ik heb fantastisch geslapen. Ons kindje, Zoe doet het fantastisch. En ja, we konden niet iets anders wensen, maar ja, het gaat allemaal goed. Het is allemaal fantastisch. Je kunt er niks anders van zeggen. Ja, een voorbeeldkind, beter als ik.
Daar zullen we het dan maar even voorlopig op houden. Michael, als je een maand niet gespeeld hebt, is het dan moeilijk om weer naar een toernooi toe te gaan? Of is het makkelijk juist?
Ja, dit keer was het een andere condities dat ik naar een toernooi toe ging. Ik heb natuurlijk een maand vrij gehad. Ik heb natuurlijk ben vader geworden. Een fantastisch dochtertje gekregen. Maar dat verandert de boel een beetje. Maar ik heb de afgelopen week gewoon heel goed getraind. Samen met mijn vriend Harold. En ja, we hebben gezorgd dat we hier klaar voor waren. En ik wil dit toernooi gewoon heel graag winnen. Maar dat er weer zoveel mensen zijn die allemaal weer een steuntje in de rug willen betekenen, vind ik weer fantastisch.
We're gonna quickly switch to English for our English viewers at home, obviously. Michael, you haven't played for a month. You step on stage and it seems like nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed is a big word. I've become daddy and it was a big step in my life. We tried really hard for that, and yeah, then you think about I need to go back on the practice board, make sure you get ready. And the last week that's exactly what I was thinking of. Make sure I'm ready. I practiced a few times, so I played okay. I didn't make a lot of mistakes, so yeah, I'm up for tomorrow. Big day.
Tomorrow afternoon, first game on actually, tomorrow afternoon, you're playing Kyle Anderson. We've seen Kyle play the 2 games here. He's in excellent form.
Yeah, but even if he's in excellent form, even if I really play bad, the crowd will get me through it. So it doesn't matter what happens.
Kijk, dat horen we graag. Michael, morgen is een lange dag. Morgen moet je 4 wedstrijden in theorie spelen. Heb je liever dat je de eerste wedstrijd zoals morgen hebt of liever de laatste wedstrijd?
Ja, soms vind ik het fijn om de eerste wedstrijd te spelen, soms vind ik het fijn de laatste wedstrijd te spelen. Maar ik ben het gewend om 4 wedstrijden op 1 dag te spelen. Dus voor mij maakt het niet uit. Ik ben gewoon aan het genieten van dit moment. Er zijn heel veel vrienden van mij zijn hier. Mijn vrouw is hier, dus echt fantastisch. En ja, we denken van al die mensen hier in de zaal. Ik hoop dat jullie er morgen ook allemaal zijn. Fantastisch.
Ja, dames en heren, daar gaan we het bij laten. Hij komt morgen terug. 1 uur staat hij hier weer op het podium. Geef hem nog 1 keer een applaus. Michael van Gerwen. En dat betekent ook, we gaan even 10 minuten